The market capitalization of the coin is used to summarize all that is taught in this video. Additionally, I would ask that you support my channel by liking it and subscribing to it so that you can stay up to date on future XRP news, as well as other cryptocurrency news in general. I have a look at this for a moment. The CC is getting ready to appeal the ruling that Judge Torres made about XRP. Experts in the law are now to weigh in. Before we go any further, there is a new cryptocurrency airdrop that is now taking place and is very close to being launched in the near future. It is imperative that you take part in the airdrop on the event. There is a link included in the video's description. Let's go with our video and make sure you don't miss out on the opportunity. Ripple is currently dealing with ongoing legal challenges as a consequence of the Securities and Exchange Commission's ardent pursuit of an appeal against the ruling that Judge Torres handed down regarding XRP. The price of XRP has seen a large increase as a result of increasing investor interest, while legal experts are divided on the chance that the SEC's appeal would be successful. In the interim, the price of XRP has seen a significant increase. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC of the United States, has considerably increased its legal battle against Ripple by making preparations to appeal the summary decision that Judge Analisa Torres delivered regarding XRP, the cryptocurrency that is at the center of a high-profile dispute. This decision was given in relation to Ripple's cryptocurrency XRP. The ruling that Judge Torres handed down in July of 2023, which has been hailed as a tremendous success for Ripple, is the primary factor that led to this conclusion. It was a crucial component of Ripple's contention that XRP was not deemed a security when it was sold on secondary markets, and the verdict came to this conclusion as a result of this fact. The Securities and Exchange Commission (CC), which is led by Chair Gary Gensler, appears to be getting ready to appeal this conclusion, which implies that the legal drama surrounding XRP is not yet over. On the other hand, the conclusion is not yet finalized. According to sources, the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) intends to appeal the decision, which suggests that the SEC may contest Judge Torres' application of the Howey test. The Howey test is a legal criterion that is used to determine whether or not a transaction is considered an investment contract. The strategy to appeal that the SEC has been working on has picked up steam, and there are rumors that indicate the agency may contest the decision to use this exam. It is anticipated that the appeal would revolve around the question of whether or not the finding utilized the third component of the Howey test in an acceptable manner. To determine whether there is a common enterprise involved in the sale of XRP, this component conducts an investigation. Several legal experts, including former attorneys for the Securities and Exchange Commission, believe that the agency has a strong motive to seek an appeal since it is aiming to exert its regulatory jurisdiction over digital assets. This is thought to be the reason why the government is appealing the decision. An attorney named John Deaton, who represents a sizable group of XRP holders on a pro-gratis basis, has expressed his uncertainty on the probability of success for the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). According to the information that was brought to Denton's attention, the judgment that Judge Torres reached was premised on a meticulous review of the circumstances. In addition, he made a specific reference of the fact that the Securities and Exchange Commission did not offer any expert testimony about investors in XRP. He emphasized that even if the appeals court were to find issue with the verdict, the matter would most likely be returned back to Judge Torres, who would still have sufficient grounds to rule in favor of Ripple. He said this because the case would be referred back to Judge Torres. The reason he made this statement was because the case would ultimately be handed back to him. Both of the parties involved in this situation might experience significant delays and continued legal expenditures as a consequence of this scenario. Other legal specialists are of the opinion that the outcome of the appeal could be reliant on the composition of the appellate court, despite the fact that Deaton is skeptical about the most favorable odds. Fred Rispoli, an extra prominent attorney who is engaged in the case, made the observation that the Securities and Exchange Commission might be able to gain a favorable outcome if it is fortunate enough to meet a panel that is friendly to its regulatory posture. Rispoli is one of the legal professionals who is involved in the case. This is an exceedingly rare combination of judges, which illustrates the enormous degree of uncertainty that surrounds the option that the SEC introduced in the judgment. It is crucial to note that such a combination of judges would be extremely unconventional. Moreover, Riskplay brought up the idea that the main goal of the SEC's case is to further prolong the case, which has the potential to have the impact of extending the period of uncertainty over clarity in its regulatory classification. In the event that such a delay takes place, Ripple and other blockchain startups that are seeking regulatory certainty would see a pause in their momentum. On the other hand, if Ripple were to emerge victorious, it would add validity to the argument that secondary sales of XRP do not satisfy the requirements for investment contracts. The Bitcoin industry as a whole would be affected by this new development, which would have implications throughout the entire organization. In spite of the imminent core issues, the price of XRP has been on an upward trend that has been continuing. Investors who view Ripple's court victories as a favorable indicator for the future of the cryptocurrency have recently shown a renewed interest in the cryptocurrency, which has contributed to the rising trend that has been observed. Over the course of the last 24 hours, the value of XRP has climbed by 2%, and it is currently trading at approximately $62. When favorable judicial decisions are taken into consideration, Market analysts believe that the cryptocurrency may maybe aim for a price of $2 in the not-too-distant future. This was stated in the context of the cryptocurrency market. In addition, the volume of transactions involving XRP has climbed by 21, which is a sign that investors are becoming more confident in the potential of the cryptocurrency. This rise is evidence that market participants are paying close attention to the changes that are occurring in the Ripple case. Numerous market participants are placing bets on the possibility that if XRP were to achieve a definitive victory over the SEC, it would enhance its prominence in the landscape of digital assets. On the other hand, the market for cryptocurrencies continues to be unpredictable due to the fact that there is a lack of clarity surrounding the attractiveness. Additionally, the value of XRP is susceptible to being affected by any new judicial event that occurs. In the courts, the dispute that has been going on between Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) of the United States of America is continuing to increase. Preparing to challenge Judge Torres' decision on the sale of XRP, the Securities and Exchange Commission is getting ready to appeal the decision. Despite this, there are still a number of questions that have not been answered on the case, and the procedure is experiencing delays. In the present moment, legal specialists, such as John Detton, who represents holders of XRP to be found, are working to determine the consequences of the appeal. Despite the fact that it has expressed its unhappiness with the decision regarding the sale of XRP and has declared that it plans to pursue an appeal, the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) continues to delay its decision. On the other side, there are some professional specialists who believe that it might be difficult to overturn the verdict. In order to be more specific, it is possible that the SEC's case will be significantly undermined if significant evidence in favor of Ripple is provided. Those analysts who are familiar with XRP believe that those individuals who are knowledgeable about the situation are aware of the potential timing of the action that the SEC may take. Will Ripple be able to emerge victorious in the SEC conflict? According to Mark Fagel, a former attorney for the Securities and Exchange Commission who has stated a different point of view, the SEC is required to vote on the decision to file an appeal, which is a procedure that typically takes some time. Fagel has expressed a different point of view. Because of this, the decision about whether or not to consider the appeal has been delayed. What are the reasons behind the delay in the appeal of Ripple's case against the SEC, according to the Bit Journal? What kind of proof does the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) bring against Ripple? Banner for the advertisement. One observer did not comprehend how the Securities and Exchange Commission could argue that Judge Torres' decision was incorrect. This was especially true when taking into consideration the fact that purchasers of XRP did not necessarily consider XRP to be an investment opportunity that was connected to Ripple's promotional efforts. As a consequence of this, the burden of proof for this XE has been upped substantially. A further factor that contributes to the complexity of their argument is the fact that they did not give any important expert witness. During the hearings, Mark Fagel makes the observation that the court understood the challenges involved in determining whether or not the value of XRP was directly related to Ripple. Additionally, the material that has been provided is not meant to be considered trading advice in any of its forms. In the event that any investments are made on the basis of the information that is provided on this page, there is no responsibility for those investments. Prior to making any choice on investments, we strongly recommend performing independent research and talking with a professional who is educated in the field.